It's fabulous you could join us. I am with Greg Engert, beer director for the Neighborhood Restaurant Group, a food and wine sommelier of the year. The group includes Owen's Ordinary up in North Bethesda. You also have the Sovereign in Georgetown. Greg, it is always good to see you.
You too, my man.
Oh, what do we have on tap this week? Something from Washington State.
Yes, it's from your home area. This is from Skagit Valley, which we talked about beforehand, Burlington, Washington.
Yes.
And very, very good friends of mine in the beer industry, Ron Extract and Amber Watts, who have had a long history in beer. I think I first met Ron when he was still at Shelton Brothers Imports, which is one of the best importers around. Obviously, they bring in the best beers in the world. Then he went on to Jester King, which is an incredible brewery outside of Austin, Texas. And now they've opened this delightful little brewery up in Skagit Valley called Garden Path Fermentation. And you know, it's a rare beer to see on the East Coast. Hopefully they'll send us some more. But really just an incredible place. This beer is called the Curious Mixed Methods. So we're gonna taste it.
Curious Mixed Methods.
And delicious homegrown beer. They chose this area because of the bounty from the earth that you have there, like the fruits. The temperature is amazing year round, never gets too hot, never gets too cold. They're using exclusively Washington State grain and hops. Most of the grain's coming from right nearby, I think within like 13 miles or something like that. The yeasts that are employed in making the beer are either spontaneously occurring, or they've been, cultured from the area around. So it cannot get more local than what they're doing here. Incredible. I mean, they want to do it their way, and we're thankful for it. I mean, this beer is so complex, light, refreshing, softly tart and lemony. And one of the things I will say is, a lot of times we think about spontaneous fermentation, we think about lambic, and we should. But in America, a lot of spontaneous fermentation leads to beers that are really funky, really sour. And we think about American sour beer, we think of like sour, intense beers. What they're exploring here at Garden Path is beers that use, airborne, naturally occurring yeast, but to give you a softer touch, something that's very light, crisp, effervescent, subtly nuanced, and just really beautiful in the glass.
Yeah, what I like about this is that, sometimes this style of beer kind of punches you in the nose, at least in my nose, more than I personally like, but it's very well balanced, right? It
is. Yeah, I mean, I would say that, honestly, and I think that Ron and Amber would agree, this beer reminds me more of lager than it does of ale. It's something that's it's clean, it's crisp, it's refreshing, it's moreish. It's something you want to just kind of drink. You can study it, consider it, and negotiate its complexities, or you can just kind of just drink it and while socializing. And it's obviously an amazing food beer as well. That's just like what they're looking for.
Let's talk about that. What would you pair it with?
So this goes with just about anything, I think, lighter and brighter on the palate that you can come up with. From seafood to light poultry, even to some pork. But one of the things I love with this beer, because I have to be honest, I've stolen a few of these bottles from my own collection at home. I love this beer with Vietnamese cooking, like of all kinds. So we're very lucky here in DC to have an incredible Vietnamese population producing incredible food at all times. So you can get like pho or banh mi, things like that. These delicious flavors go excellently with the kind of lemony herbal qualities of this beer.
Greg, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Everyone, please always do drink responsibly. Be sure to bring your thirst next time for another Beer of the Week. We hope you had a great 2018, and Greg and I hope your 2019 is even better.